I didn't really get it, but she said something similar to you. That people shouldn't make each other feel insecure about those things.
Really? Well, I mean, that is pretty weird. So I would doubt that she has some weird hobbies. Not that there's anything wrong with that. But it's not like I would judge her or anything.
Natsuki has trouble finding words.
I guess I should try not to be mean to her. She has no insecure about her behaviors and stuff. I mean, I always hate people who make me feel insecure. And really made me feel insecure yesterday. But the way you put it, it sounds like she's learned her lesson.
Well, I would say so. Even if her writing style is really different, I'm sure she'll appreciate the message in your poem.
It's not like the best lesson, though. I don't like writing unless there's a good message to take away from it. Like conveying emotions as a poem. But I was but I want to make people think that's real. But never that. I'm gonna write a good one for tomorrow, so look forward to it.
Guess Monica's left. Hi again, Boris. How's the writing going? Alright, I guess. I'll take that. As long as it's not going bad. I'm happy that you're applying yourself. Maybe soon you'll end up with a masterpiece. I wouldn't count on that. You never know. Want to share what you wrote for today? Sure, here you go. I give my poem to Monica. Alright. This one's good. It feels like you're not only getting more comfortable with your style, but the imagery is better than the last one I read. Just wondering, but have you been finding inspiration in Yuri's writing style? I guess so. You can't deny that she's talented. Yeah, totally. I think her poems are the most romantic. That's the best way to describe it. She's like a totally different person when she picks up a pen. I noticed that too. Or when she's talking about literature, it's like a light turns on inside her. Sadly, it's hard to get much personal conversation out of her. Trust me, I've tried. Who knows what goes on in that head of hers? I hope you don't mean that in a bad way. No, of course not. I just meant that I wish she didn't keep so much to herself. But still, defending her like that, you must be pretty into her. Eh? You completely misunderstood. Calm down, I'm kidding. Besides, I'm pretty sure she's already got a boyfriend. Wait, really? Yeah, a fictional one anyway. Monica kind of whispers the last part to me. It's just a hunch, but... Well, there's not really anything wrong with that. Oh, well, I know. I was just saying. But anyway, you want to read my poem now? I like the way this one turned out, so I hope you do too. Alright, let's take a look. Save me. The colors, they won't stop. Bright, beautiful colors. Flashing, expanding, piercing. Red, green, blue. An endless cacophony of meaningless noise. The noise, it won't stop. Violent, grating waveforms. Squeaking, screeching, piercing. Sine, cosine, tangent. Like playing a chalkboard on a turntable. Like playing a vinyl on a pizza crust. An endless poem of meaningless. Load me. What? 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 Save me? Load me. Huh? It's even more abstract than your last one, huh? I guess it's just the way I write. I'm sorry if you don't like it. No, I never said that. It's just kind of thing I've never really seen before, I guess. I kind of like playing with my space on the paper. Choosing where and how to space your words can totally change the mood of a poem. It's almost like magic. The way I wrote the lines really short makes me feel like they're trying to speak over the noise. I see. It's still hard for me to tell what it's about, though. Sometimes asking what a poem is about isn't the right question. A poem can be as abstract as a physical expression of a feeling, or a conversation with the reader. So putting it that way, not every poem is about something. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes you'll find yourself facing a difficult decision. When that happens, don't forget to save your game. You never know when you might change your mind, or when something unexpected may happen. Wait, is this tip even about writing? What am I even talking about? That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Okay, everyone. We're all done reading each other's poems, right? I have something extra planned today, so if everyone could come sit at the front of the room.
Is this about the festival?
Well, sort of.
Oh, do we really have to do something for the festival? It's not like we can put together anything good in just a few days. We'll just end up embarrassing ourselves instead of getting any new members.
That's a concern of mine as well. I don't really do well with the last-minute preparations. Don't worry so much. We're going to keep it simple, okay? We won't need much more than a few decorations. Sayori has been working on posters, and I've designed some pamphlets we can give out during the event.
Okay, that's great and all. But that doesn't tell us what we're actually going to be doing for the event.
Ah, sorry. I thought you heard about it already. We're going to be performing.
Performing?
But, Monica. Yeah, we're going to be having a poetry performance. Each of us is going to choose a poem to recite during the event. The cool part is, we're also going to let anyone else come up and recite poems too. Sayori is putting it all on the posters in case anyone wants to prepare ahead of time. Sayori, who's been coloring a poster, holds it up for us to see.
Are you kidding me, Monica? You didn't already start putting the posters up, did you?
Well, I did. Do you really think that's a bad idea? It's that bad of an idea?
Well, no. It's not a bad idea. But I didn't sign up for this, you know?
I didn't ask for this.
There's no way I'm going to be performing in front of a group of people like that.
I agree with Natsuki. I could never, in my life, do something like that.
Imagining it, Yuri shakes her head in fear.
Guys!
No, Sayori. I understand where they're coming from. Remembering that Natsuki and Yuri have never shared their poems with anyone until just a couple days ago, it's a lot to ask for them to recite their poems out loud to a whole room full of people. I guess this guy kind of overlooked that. So, I'm sorry. But, I still think we should give it our best. We're the only ones responsible for the fate of this club. If we start the event and each put on a good performance, then it will inspire others to do the same. And the more people who perform, the better we'll be able to show everyone that what literature is all about. Yeah, it's about you expressing your feelings, being intimate with yourself, finding new horizons, and having fun. That's right. And it's those reasons that we're all in this club today. Don't you want to share that with others? To inspire them to find the same feelings that brought you here in the first place? I know you do. I know we all do. And if all it takes is standing in front of the room for 2 minutes and reciting a poem, then I know you can do it. Natsuki and Yuri remain silent. Sayori looks worried. I guess that leaves me no choice. I agree. I don't think it's too much to ask. I think that Sayori and Monica have been trying really hard to get new members. The least we can do is help them out a little bit.
Well, maybe, but...
It looks like Natsuki doesn't have any arguments left.
Okay, fine. I guess I'll just have to get it over with.
Oh, right.
Phew. Thanks, Natsuki. What about you, Yuri? Yuri dejectedly glances around at everyone else's expectant faces.
Sigh. I guess I don't really have a choice.
That's everyone. You're the best, Yuri.
This club is seriously going to be the death of me.
Oh gosh. You'll be fine, Yuri. But anyway, let's move on to the main event. I want each of you to choose a poem of yours. We're going to practice reciting them in front of each other.
No way!
Monica, this is so sudden.
Well, if you can't recite your poem in front of the club, how do you expect to do it in front of strangers?
Oh no.
Don't worry. I'll start off to help everyone feel a little bit more comfortable.
Can I go next?
Of course. Now, let's see. Monica flips through her notebook to a specific poem she has in mind for herself. She then stands behind the podium. The title of this poem is The Way They Fly. Ahem. Monica begins reciting her poem. Her clear, confident voice fills the room. More than that, her inflection is pristine. She knows exactly how to apply emotion behind each line she recites, bringing the words to life. Is this something she's done before, or is she simply a natural? I glance around me. Everyone has their eyes on Monica. Sayori looks amazed. Yuri has an intense expression on her face that I don't understand. Finally, Monica finishes her recitation. The four of us applaud. Monica takes a breath and smiles.
That was so good, Monica.
Thank you very much. I was just hoping to set a good example. Are you ready to go next, Sayori?
I'll go next. You what? Yuri's all fired up all of a sudden.
Yuri clenches a sheet of paper between her hands and stands up. Keeping her head down, she walks quickly over to the podium.
This poem is called
Yuri anxiously glances at each of us.
You Can Do It.
You can do it, Yuri.
It's called After Image of a Crimson Eye.
Yuri's voice shakes as she starts reading the poem. Just a moment ago, she practically refused to do this. Why is she suddenly putting up so much effort? As Yuri gets past the first couple of lines, her voice changes. It's almost like what happens when Yuri gets absorbed into her books. Her quivering words transform into sharp syllables of a fierce and a confident woman. The poem is full of twists and turns in the structure that she enunciates with perfect timing. This must be a rare glimpse into the whirring fire Yuri keeps concealed inside her head. Suddenly, she's finished. Everyone is stunned. Yuri snaps back into reality and glances around as if she was bewildered, even herself. It's up to me to save this situation. I'm the first to start applauding. Everyone joins me afterward, and we give Yuri a recognition she deserves. It's not that we didn't want to applaud for her, but we were caught so off guard that we must have forgotten. As we applaud, Yuri holds the poem to her chest and rushes back to her seat. Yuri, that was pretty good. Thank you for sharing. Looks like Yuri is down for the count.
Okay, I guess I'm next then.
Sayori hops out of her chair and cheerfully walks to the podium.
This one's called My Meadow. Sorry, I giggled.
Sayori.
It's a lot harder than I thought. How did you guys do it so easily?
Try not to think of it like you're reciting to other people. Imagine yourself reciting it to yourself, like in front of a mirror or in your own head. It's your poem, so it'll come out the best way that way.
I see. Okay then.
Sayori begins her poem. Somehow it feels like her soft voice was made as a perfect match. The poem isn't aimlessly cheery like Sayori is. It's serene and bittersweet. If I were to read this on paper, I probably wouldn't think much of it. But hearing it come from Sayori's voice almost gives it a whole new meaning. Maybe this is what Sayori meant when she says she likes my poems. It's like I get to reach more deeply into someone I thought I knew through and through. Sayori finishes and we applaud.
I did it!
Good job, Sayori.
Even Boris liked it. I guess it's a good sign.
What does that even mean? I knew it came out nicely, Sayori. The atmosphere of the poem fits you really nicely, but it might be that other poems wouldn't work quite as well with that kind of delivery.
I don't really understand.
In other words, I've seen poems of yours where that sort of gentle delivery wouldn't work as well. They might need a little bit more force behind them, depending on what you're reading.
Oh, I know what you mean. I've been practicing like that kind of thing. It's just embarrassing to do it in front of everyone.
The next time, I'm going to make you pick a poem that challenges you a little more. We don't have much time before the festival, you know.
Okay.
Now who's next? Natsuki?
Don't make me go before Boris. It's not like I can compare to you guys anyway. Might as well let Boris go. Everyone's better to let him before I have to do it.
Natsuki.
It's fine, it's fine. I might as well get it over with. But it's not like I have much of a selection of what to read. I'll just have to go with what I wrote for today. I stand up and step in front of the podium. Everyone has their eyes on me and makes me feel terribly awkward. I recite my poem. Since I'm not exactly confident in my own writing, it's hard to put energy into it. Despite that, once I finish, I receive applause anyway. Sorry, I'm not really as good as everyone else. Don't worry about it so much. I think it's less about your abilities and more about your lack of confidence in your writing. That's something that'll improve over time, though. Yeah, maybe. Alright then. That just leaves you, Natsuki.
Yeah. I'm going.
Natsuki begrudgingly gets out of her seat and makes her way to the podium.
The poem is called... It's called... Why are you all looking at me?
Because you're presenting.
Anyway, the poem is called Jump.
Natsuki takes a breath. Once she starts reciting the poem, her sour attitude disappears a little. While she's a little unenthused, her poem has a rhythm and rhyme to it. It's Natsuki's trademark style. It works surprisingly well when spoken aloud. The words feel like they bounce up and down as if giving life to the poem. Natsuki finishes and everyone applauses. She huffs back to her seat. That wasn't so bad, was it?
Probably easy for you to say. You did nothing. You better not make me do that again.
Ah, well. Do you at least feel prepared enough to recite a poem in front of other people?
I mean, doing it in front of other people would be way easier. I can put on whatever face I want for other people. But when it's just my friends, it's just embarrassing.
That's a surprise, Natsuki. I think it would be better the other way around for me.
Well, that's just how it is, so.
Well, I guess in that case, you won't have much to worry about for the festival. That said, I want to thank everyone for coming through. It might be hard, but I hope that you all have an idea on what it's like now. Make sure you pick a poem and get enough practice before the festival, okay? I'll be making pamphlets, so let me know ahead of time what you'll be reciting. Jeez, I should probably find some other poem to recite instead. That's fine too. It doesn't have to be your own. I'm already pleasantly surprised that you're putting in all this effort for the club. It makes me really happy. Ah, yeah, no problem. Okay, everyone. I think that's about it for today. I know the festival is coming up, but let's try to write poems for tomorrow as well. I know it's been working really nicely so far, so I'd like to continue that. As for the festival, we'll finish planning tomorrow, and then we'll have the weekend to prepare. Monday's the big day.
I can't wait.
I can do this. I can do this.
All right. I stand up. There's no way I'll be able to find the same enthusiasm as Sayori and Monaco, but I'll do my best to get through it. If it's for the sake of the club and impressing Monica, then I'll do my best.
Ready to go, Sayori?
Oh, I'm sorry. Ready to go, Sayori?
Yup.
Look at you two, always going home together like that.
It's kind of adorable, isn't it? Jeez, guys. Don't make such a big deal out of it.
It must be a little nice, though.
Well, how am I supposed to respond to that?
It's okay, Boris. You don't have to say it.
Whatever, let's go already. I walk home with Sayori once more. Even though it's only been a few days, a lot of things have already changed. But today, Sayori is being a little quieter than usual on the way home. Hey, Sayori.
Sorry, I was spacing out.
Ah, no wonder.
I was thinking about something from earlier. I like how we get to, I mean...
Sayori fumbles with her words.
So, let's just say that one day Yuri asked to walk home with you.
Huh?
What would you do?
What kind of question is that? You're kind of putting me on the spot here. Well... I don't know where Yuri lives. I would still walk home with you because it's the way on the way home. Sayori, you really think I would ditch you for Yuri?
Eh? But, she's so beautiful and smart.
Jeez. I already see her in the club every day. Besides, you always seem to really like going home together. I wouldn't just ruin that for you.
You're so silly, Boris. You think about me too much sometimes. Yuri would deserve it if she wanted it, so...
Sayori, I've already made up my mind. I really can't figure you out sometimes.
Sorry.
Besides, what's the point in speculating something that's never going to happen? The conversation trails off. It's kind of weird thing for Sayori to care so much about, but I want to respect her and keep her happy too. Then again, the festival is only a few days away. Who knows what will happen in that time? Universe. Frightening. I was about to click. I'm just gonna go with Massacre.
Analysis.
Laugh.
Special. Treasure.
I'm gonna go with fireworks.
Atone. Vivid.
Sorry, I lost completely track of time. Calm.
Inferno. Destiny. Determination.
Eternity. Melancholy. Covet. Aora. Bed. Insight. Oh man, I'm the last one here again. Don't worry, I just walked in too.
Were you practicing piano again?
Yeah.
You must have a lot of determination. Starting this club and now picking up piano.
Well, maybe not determination, but I guess passion. Remember that the club wouldn't be here if it wasn't for all of you, and I'm super happy that you're all willing to help out for the festival too.
I can't wait for the festival. That's gonna be great.
Eh? Weren't you complaining about it just yesterday, Natsuki?
But yeah, I'm not talking about our part of the festival, but it's a whole day of school where we all get to play and eat all kinds of delicious food.
You sound a little bit like Sayori all of a sudden.
Monica, do they usually have fried squid?
Squid? That's a pretty specific thing to look forward to.
Oh, come on. Are you saying you don't like squid? You of all people.
I didn't say I don't like it. Besides, what do you mean by you of all people?
Because it's right in your name. Monica.
Eh? That's not how you say my name at all. Also, that joke makes no sense in translation.
Bah!
Never mind. Let's just focus on our own event for now, okay?
Fine, fine. Their reactions aren't as fun as Yuri's or Sayori's anyway.
Excuse me.
Where is Sayori anyway? Oh, there you are. Sayori is sitting at a desk in the corner of the room looking down at nothing. I walk over to her. Hey, Sayori. I wave my hand in front of her face.
Eh?
You're spacing out again.
Sorry. Don't mind me. You can go talk to everyone else.
Huh? Is everything alright?
Of course. Why wouldn't it be?
It just feels like you're a little off. Sorry for assuming things.
Jeez, you worry too much about me. I'm fine, see?
Sayori shows me a big smile. Oh boy.
Don't let me distract you from having fun with everyone.
Well, alright. If you say so. I worriedly glance at Sayori before turning back toward everyone else. But the conversation has already dispersed, so with everyone back at their usual activities. Maybe I should ask Monica if she's noticed anything about Sayori recently. Since they've been preparing for the festival, they must be spending a lot of time together. I timidly approach Monica, who is shuffling through some papers at her desk. Boris, what's up? Hey, this might sound a little strange, but have you noticed anything up with Sayori recently? Anything up with her? In what way do you mean? Maybe I'm reading into it a little too much, but she seems a bit downcast today. Oh, you think so? I can't say I've noticed anything about her. Monica peers across the room at Sayori, who is idly dragging a rubber eraser up and down her desk. Maybe there is something on her mind. But I'm surprised I'm not the one asking you, Boris. You certainly know her a lot better than I do. Yeah, but she's never really like this. She's always talked to me about things that bothered her. But this time, when I asked her, she was really dismissive. Sorry, I know it's not your problem. I just wanted to ask if you knew anything, so I'll drop it now. No. It's important to me, too. I mean, I'm also friends with her. And I also care about the well-being of my club members, you know? Maybe I'll try talking to her myself. Are you sure about that? She seemed like she wanted to be left alone. Are you sure? Maybe she just has a hard time bringing it up with the person of interest. Person of interest? What do you mean by that? I'm saying that maybe the thing on her mind is you, Boris. Me? How on earth would you come to that conclusion? Well, I probably shouldn't say too much, but Sayori talks about you more than anything else, you know? She's been so much happier ever since you've joined the club. It's like an extra light has turned on inside of her. What? No way. Sayori is always like that. She's always been full of sunshine. It's not any different now that it always has been. You're so funny, Boris. Have you thought that maybe you've always seen her as so cheerful? Because that's just how she is when she's around you? I said too much. I'm sorry. What do I know anyway? I didn't mean to jump to conclusions, so you should just forget about what I said. I'll try to talk to her, so try not to think about it for now. Alright. Monica smiles meaningfully. I know she said to forget about it, but I already know that I won't be able to get her words out of my head. Monica stands up from her desk and walks across the room to where Sayori is sitting. I watch her kneel down to Sayori and gently talk to her, but she's keeping her voice so quiet that I can't hear her from here. I sigh and sit myself down. I know Sayori told me not to worry about her and to have fun with everyone else, but that's impossible to do when she's behaving like this. Exactly how much do I care about her that I'm letting this weigh me down so much? Now it feels like I'm the one behaving out of the ordinary, but there's nothing I can do besides wait for Monica. Why does it feel like I'm being watched? I glance around the room. Suddenly, I notice Yuri peering at me from over her book, but she looks away just as quickly with a flustered look on her face. I realize that she won't get anywhere like this. I've never really seen Yuri approach anyone or start a conversation on her own accord, so I've no choice but to approach her myself. By now, it's a little easier for me to do that. I stand from my desk and sit in one next to her own.
I didn't mean to bother you or anything,
Relax, you didn't even do anything.
but I could tell that you wanted to be alone with your thoughts.
Alone with my thoughts? How were you even able to tell what I was thinking like that?
Well, It's something that I do a lot. So it wasn't hard for me to spot based on your posture and expression. Not that I was staring or anything. I didn't do anything creepy like that.
In any case, I guess you were right. I'm sorry if I caused you any concern.
Don't apologize. Your troubles are only the concern of those who willingly share in that concern. Of course, there are certainly those who find the most comfort in keeping to themselves. But if you would prefer to share what's on your mind, then I would be glad to listen.
It's really not that big of a deal. I was just feeling a bit uneasy about Sayori.
Sayori?
Yeah, she seems a little off today, but when I asked her about it, she didn't want to admit it to me. So I can't help but wonder if something's happened to her.
Oh, that's quite romantic.
Eh?
So sorry. I didn't mean to say something stupid.
It's not that, I just didn't want you to misunderstand. Sayori and I have just been friends for a long time, that's all.
Oh, I see. Then perhaps it is unusual for her to be dismissive to you about her feelings.
Or maybe I'm just reading into it a little too much.
Boris, the world is full of meaning, often hidden deep beneath plain sight. And there are many untold mysteries behind every person, no matter how well you may know them.
So you think that there might be something behind it after all?
I think that Sayori is a very complex person. Her mannerisms on the outside don't always match what she may be going on inside her head. And she may not always know what she wants. I noticed her strange behavior today, too. And I also feel some concern for her. But in your case, it looked like she was fully occupying your thoughts, wasn't she?
Well, I guess that was the case.
Sayori, she really means a lot to you, doesn't she?
I guess. But you don't need to put it that way. We're just good friends, that's all. Yuri suddenly looks deeply into my eyes. Her expression is gentle and curious, as if she was searching for something. Embarrassed, I avert my gaze.
Sometimes a person's mysteries are untold even to themselves. And you are someone honest and caring. May uncover feelings you weren't even aware of. You weren't aware you were in you. That is, I think that she would be a very fortunate person to have you feel that way about her.
Yuri, you're giving me too much credit. I'm a pretty simple guy, so I think I'm pretty good at understanding my own feelings. I'm not nearly as sophisticated as you.
That's not a compliment, is it?
It is what it is. Anyway, as long as we're here, why don't we do some reading?
Well, as long as you're okay with it.
Yeah, I should be taking my mind off this whole thing anyway. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Okay, everyone. After some time passes, Monica calls out to the clubroom. Why don't we share our poems now? Before I know it, everything is back to normal. Everyone goes to retrieve their poems, and I do the same. I make eye contact with Monica, and she smiles at me. I wonder what she was talking about with Sayori. Monica, let's talk. Hi, Boris. Have you thought about what you want to submit to perform at the festival? Well, being in this club is one thing, but performing in front of a bunch of people, I'll have to give it some more thought. Okay, no pressure. But whatever you do, I'm sure it'll turn out great. It would also make me happy to see. Anyway, let's take a look at today's poem. Sure. I'll let Monica take the poem I'm holding in my hands. Uh-huh. Your style has gotten so refined, Boris. Yuri's been teaching you a lot of things, hasn't she? Well, I guess so. Yeah, I've been noticing how much time you spend with her. I think I've heard her say more words these past couple days than she's talked in a whole year. Not sure how you did it, but that's pretty impressive. Well, she just needs some patience and a way to talk about all the things in her head, I guess. I'm still getting the hang of it myself. You're certainly putting in a lot of effort. You must really like her. Eh? That's... It's awfully suspicious, you know? Spending time with her in the clubroom every day. Reading that edgy novel with her. Well, I just feel bad that she has a hard time socializing. It makes me want to make sure she doesn't spend all her time alone. Besides, the novel isn't too bad either, you know? Alright. I get you. Just be careful, alright? I know that Yuri isn't used to opening herself up, so if something bad happens while she's vulnerable, then it could be really hard for her. Her books are a total escape from reality. They're just a bandage. You say that like I'm going to hurt her. Sorry, I didn't really mean that. If anything, she might accidentally hurt herself. Anyway, I'll share my poem with you now, alright? Alright. The Lady Who Knows Everything. An old tale tells of a lady who wanders earth. The lady who knows everything. A beautiful lady who has found every answer, all meaning, all purpose, and all that was ever sought. And here I am, a feather, lost adrift the sky, victim of the currents of the wind. Day after day I search with little hope, knowing legends don't exist. But when all else has failed me, when all others have turned away, the legend is all that remains, the last dim star glimmering in the twilight, in the... I'm gonna go with twilit sky. Until one day the wind ceases to blow, I fall, and I fall and fall and fall even more, gentle as a feather, a dry quill expressionless. But a hand catches me between the thumb and forefinger, the hand of a beautiful lady. I look at her and find no end to her gaze. The lady who knows everything knows what I am thinking. Before I can speak, she responds in a hollow voice. I have found every answer, all of which amount to nothing. There is no meaning, there is no purpose, and we seek only the impossible. I am not your legend does not exist. And with a breath, she blows me back afloat, and I pick up a gust of wind. You know, I feel like learning and looking for answers are the sorts of things that give life meaning. Not to get too philosophical or anything, but it was kind of on my mind, so that's what I wrote about. I see. I never really put much thought into it. In a way, it's almost paradoxical. Because if we had all the answers, wouldn't the world start to lose its meaning? You know, there's one thing I noticed. It seems like everyone in the club prefers writing about things that are more sad than happy. Are you surprised? I mean, if everything was okay, we wouldn't really have anything to write about, would we? Humans aren't two-dimensional creatures. I think you'd know that better than anyone. You mean one-dimensional. Yeah, that. Wait, what? Humans aren't two-dimensional creatures. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Are you ever too shy to share your writing because you're afraid it's not that good? It can be really disheartening to give lukewarm response to something you put so much effort into. But if you find that other people who enjoy writing, then sharing becomes a lot easier. Because instead of just telling you that your writing is good or okay or bad, they'll want to focus more on everything that went into it and the things you can work on. It's much more encouraging that way, and it will make you want to continue improving. It's almost like having your own little literature club, don't you think? That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Let's go with Yuri.
Boris, your writing has only improved in these last few days. Every poem you've shown me has been nothing short of spectacular. I can really feel the emotions. I'm a little envious even. I don't think it ever came to me this naturally.
Yuri, that's the wrong way to put it. This never did come naturally to me. But I've been able to improve so much thanks to you. You're really the example I was chasing after.
Is that so?
Yuri gently smiles to herself.
This feeling, I'm so glad I got the chance to share my writing. I never thought it would feel like this.
I remember you mentioning that yesterday. I can't believe that you're so good at something and you've never even shared it with anyone. It's kind of a shame.
Maybe, but it's not like I really had a choice.
What do you mean?
Well,
Yuri smiles sadly.
Boris, during lunchtime, I eat by myself. Did you know that? It's a great time to find a quiet spot and do some reading. In fact, I always have some books with me. You could say I really enjoy reading. Well, that's one way to put it anyway. But books are so full of amazing and inspiring people. People you want to fall in love with. Or people you just want to know. Or people you just know would make really good friends. Cheerful people who always put a smile on your face. Or deep thinkers and problem solvers who discover the mysteries of life. So when you look at it that way, I'm surrounded by friends every day. You know, And those friends don't laugh at me. They don't tease me for spacing out all the time. They don't make fun of my body type. And they don't hate me for acting like a know-it-all.
People say that about you?
I'm not a know-it-all, Boris. It's the opposite. I don't know anything. I don't know how to talk to people. I don't know how to make people see me as normal. I don't even know how to make myself happy. I have all these feelings, and all I can do with them is read and write. But it wasn't until now that I started sharing it with you that I really understood what was missing all this time.
But I haven't really done anything.
No, that's wrong. Just being patient and respectful. That's really important to me. I know I'm a difficult person, Boris. I speak too slowly. I second guess myself all the time. I read too deeply into things. But every time, you've always treated me like everyone else. It's so rare that I feel comfortable with myself when I talk to others. But that's why every time I talk to you, I just feel really happy.
I see. Well, I treat you how you deserve to be treated, Yuri. And if other people don't see it that way, then screw them. I mean, I joined this club hoping I would make friends. And I would say I've had at least one success. Wouldn't you?
If you put it that way, yeah. We really are friends now, aren't we?
Yuri puts her head in her hands. But this time she's smiling as she does. Do you want to show me your poem?
Yeah, I do. Let me get it for you. Ghost Under the Light Part 2. The tendrils of my hair.
I'm just gonna read this normal. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow, bathing. In the distance, a blue-green light flickers. A lone figure crosses its path, a silhouette obstructing the eerie glow. My heart pounds. The silhouette grows closer, closer. I open my umbrella, casting a shadow to shield me from its visibility, but I am too late. He steps into the streetlight. I gasp and drop my umbrella. The light flickers. My heart pounds. He raises his arms. Time stops. The only indication of movement is the amber light flickering against his outstretched arm. The flickering light is in rhythm with the pounding of my heart, teasing me for succumbing to this forbidden emotion. Have you ever heard of a ghost feeling warmth before? Giving up on understanding, I laugh. Understanding is overrated. I touch his hand. The flickering stops. Ghosts are blue-green. My heart is amber. Finishing the poem, I start to hand it back to Yuri. But instead of taking it from me, she looks away.
Do you dislike it?
No, of course not. I just don't really know how I should respond. Despite Yuri's poems usually being cryptic, it wasn't hard to figure out what this one was about.
I don't know if I'll be able to explain this one.
That's fine. I understand this one. Yuri is having an even harder time speaking than usual. Does this one mean a lot to you? Yuri nods. I'm not really good with words, but I'm happy that you shared it with me. So thank you. And I hope we keep spending time together. Despite my inability to make eye contact, I see a faint smile emerge on Yuri's lips. I once again try to hand the poem back to her, but instead Yuri gently takes my hand and pushes them back toward me. I hesitate in response to her warm touch.
You can, the poem is...
Once again, Yuri fails to form a complete sentence. You mean I can keep it? Yuri nods. I'd love to. Again, Yuri faintly smiles as if she doesn't want me to notice.
You always make me feel nice. I know I'm not good with people, but I hope that I can return the favor sometimes.
Yeah, don't worry. I think you do a good job. Yuri finally turns back toward me.
I guess we should move on before Monica says something, but I'm sure we can talk again later.
Yeah, I'm sure we will. With that, Yuri timidly smiles at me and I return to my seat so I can put her poem away. Who should I show my poem to next? Let's go with Natsuki. Blech.
Oh man, this is seriously step backwards.
Eh?
I like your last two way better than that one. I mean, I guess I can't be mad at you for trying different things. As long as you're not trying to impress Yuri or something like that. Gross.
Okay, okay. I like you said, I'm not allowed to try new things. Why are you so emotionally invested in my poems anyway? Isn't that more of a compliment to me?
No, gross. It's not like I care. It's just that one of us is in this club has to make sure you're not slacking off.
Really? Well, what if you ended up just scaring me away?
But that's, it's not like you would actually do that.
Yeah, you're right. It's kind of fun to hang out here even if I have to put up with you. Gah. Natsuki's elbows connects with my stomach.
Oh, maybe I wouldn't mind scaring you away after all.
I was just joking.
But I know. Don't worry, I was too.
Uh-huh. How the hell did you call that a joke? That seriously hurt. Well, maybe it was funny to her. I guess that's kind of the point. I should really just watch my mouth around Natsuki.
Otherwise,
Natsuki holds her poem out to me like nothing ever happened. I'll be your beach.
your mind is so full of troubles and fears that diminish the wonder over the years. But today I have a special place, a beach for us to go. A short reaching beyond the sight, a sea that sparkles with brilliant light. The flowers in your mind will melt away before the sunny glow. I'll be the beach that washes your worries away. I'll be the beach that you daydream about every day. I'll be the beach that makes your heart leap. And a way that you had left, and a way you thought had left you long ago. Let's bury your heavy thoughts in a pile of sand. Breathe the sunbeams and hold my hand. Wash your hands of carousels in the salty sea, and let me see you shine. Let's leave the memories in a footpath trail. Set you free in my windy sun. And remember the reasons are wonderful when you press your lips to mine. I'll be the beach that washes your worries away. I'll be the beach that you daydream about each day. I'll be the beach that makes your heart leap in a way that you thought you left long ago. But if you let me be by your side, your own beach, your own desert, you'll learn to love yourself again. Yeah! I felt like I kept writing about negative things, so I wanted to write something about nice weather for once. Besides, the beach is awesome. Kinda hard to write about anything negative about the beach.
So you decided to write about the beach first and then came up with the message later?
Yeah, well, it's only because of what happened yesterday. I mean, after Gary and I realized we wrote poems about the same thing. He wanted to bring up topic in a... She wanted to pick a topic and have us both write about it or whatever.
I see. Something tells me the poem Yuri showed me isn't the one she plans on sharing with everyone else. Of course, I choose not to mention that to Natsuki.
You can really share doing that too.